they have those plans and are implementing those plans to make the standardization really happen. Who should be involved from your organization? Well, first of all, you need an executive sponsor. You saw with the founding members, this goes clear up to presidents, CEOs, senior vice presidents, but you need an executive sponsor, somebody in the organization that can stand behind the initiative and make sure that it's really going to be a priority within the organization. You need a project manager. This is somebody who can manage and take responsibility for the project, all the nitty-gritty detail that needs to be done. We certainly need to involve our information technology people. Somebody that needs to understand how systems work within your organization. We need supply chain leads, people that understand how the supply chain works, and they will begin to understand the impact the GS1 system will have on your operations. The sales and customer-facing representative. You will be dealing with customers. If you're a supplier, you're dealing with distributors and operators. Things will begin to change. You're communicating G10s instead of your proprietary product numbers. And so again, we need the customer-facing people to understand the changes and understand how we're going to have to change processes within our organization and help customers to understand the new information that they're going to be getting. And then we need a data management lead. Sometimes this is the same person as the IT lead, but somebody who understands data management processes within your organization. Where's the information coming from? Where's the information get stored? How do I use the information that's being generated? Priorities. In 2010, the priorities were assessment. We talked about that, the initial education, and the work planning. In 2011, the priorities now move into implementation. We need so the first thing that we're doing in 2011 is obviously we need other additional companies to join the initiative. If this is going to work, we need to have critical mass. So the adoption is getting additional companies involved. We need alignment across the initiatives. Standards refinement, anywhere where guidelines are unclear, information is needed, guidelines need to be established to help all food service companies that are participating to understand exactly what do they need to do. We need reporting. One thing that we hear over and over again is companies that are just looking at the initiative want to know where are we today, how many people have implemented, what's going on. And so implementation reporting is going to be critical in 2011. Of course, we need to communicate and market so that everybody understands where the initiative stands, which companies are implementing, so that they can begin to react appropriately in their own organizations. We need lots and lots of education. We're here today talking about the initiative, talking about the systems, but you can't stop here. We need to continue and educate everyone within the food service initiative. And then one of the things that we'll be talking about is a GLN registry, Global Location Number Registry for food service. This is a database that allows us to take a global location number and look that number up and find out exactly where that location is. And so again, there'll be an educational process and more discussion about that. We do have a website. I would encourage everybody on the call to take a look at the website. Here you can find lots of valuable information that talks about the initiative, steps that have been taken so far, and where we need to go in the future. So again, nice place to get further information. And with that, if you have any questions, I've given you my contact information. Please feel free to contact me on any questions you might have on the food service initiative. With that, Stacy, we'll turn it back over to you and any questions that anybody in the audience may have.
Okay, great. We have received a few. I'll go ahead and throw this first one out there. We currently have several data pools because different customers have dictated which data pools we need to subscribe to. how do we weed down to one when different customers request that we use different data pools?
Well, first of all, if we're using the Global Data Synchronization Network, it really doesn't matter which data pool you subscribe to. You should be able to get information that's going to any data pool. They're all interconnected, interoperable, as Pete described. If they're not part of the Global Data Synchronization Network, then all bets are off. But if they're part of the network, any data pool should be able to deliver any information from any other data pool. You know, part of the question that I heard you raise, Stacy, was how do we get to one? We will never get to one data pool. Just the community is always going to have options, and more than one data pool will exist. But like I said, this should not be a problem. They're all interconnected.
Great.
I hope that answers the question.
I think so. And we have a question that's kind of related to that one from one of our audience members. It says, we are in the beginning stages of data syncing with several customers. Their definition of fields is different than what GS1 definitions have been today. Who can we talk to about these differences to understand the definitions, and the definition will be changing to support?
That's part of what the Food Service Initiative is all about. There was a team that established definitions for the attributes in GDSN. If there are other definitions being used, particularly by data pools that are certified, that should stop. So again, if there are different definitions, we need to know who's asking for those different definitions, and we need to come together on standard definitions, because the point of this question is I can't live with 3 different definitions for the same thing. And that's what this initiative is all about. How can we standardize? How can we make it more efficient for everyone? So again, if you have cases like that, send the information to me. You've got my contact information. I can get it to the work groups. I would also encourage your companies to get involved with the food service initiative, where you can bring these things up directly in the work groups.
You know, just one additional thing I want to add, this is Pete, is that this is the reason why data pools are certified, so that everyone is assured that everyone's playing by the same rules. What happens over time is there are attributes which are part of the standard. In many cases, a particular data pool may have added specific functionality, or maybe they preceded this entire initiative, and they may have had proprietary solutions or attributes that they find. If they're not part of the attributes that the food service sector has selected, then this is something in conversation you want to have with Dennis as well and his team to understand, is there something missing from the list? And quite often we find that it's not missing, it's just being called something else. So this goes back to your question, Stacey, about why are they using different attributes, and they need to understand what is it that they're using. More importantly, what's the point of that data? I think that gets you to the one common area.
We've got to come together, and that's the point. The person that's asking the question recognizes that. If we don't, we just make everybody's job harder.
Thanks. That same audience member actually has another question for us. We already have a GLN number assigned to us. We are a manufacturer. Do we need another GLN for the FDS registry?
For which registry?
She put abbreviation FDS, maybe food service registry. So they already have a GLN.
Oh, the GLN registry?
Yeah.
No, the GLN